Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com, and this is the first in a new series of videos of data structures. So instead of just doing like a lot of sort of one-offs on different data structures, I'm going to do sort of more of a cumulative one, where we might use previous data structures we've made in future videos. So we're going to start here with the simplest piece of data, which is a node. A node. Always think of just a node as a single unit of data. So we're going to create a, and this is all going to be done in JavaScript. So again, these are JavaScript data structures as applied in JavaScript, but the same concepts and ideas can be applied to any language. And the importance of data structures is just the way to think about way data is structured. Now, in languages like Python, JavaScript, Ruby, a lot of those data structures are already kind of built in the way a lot of your data units already work. But if you're going to a language like C or Go or Rust, where a lot of these data structures are not necessarily quite fully always built out for you, because they want you to create implementations that are more optimized for your specific thing that you're doing, so you can get a faster program. Understanding these things becomes a lot more important. But also just helps you thinking about how do you structure your solutions towards problems. And so let's do that. So first thing we're going to do is, again, create a node. Okay, so we're going to create a file called node.js. Okay, and this is going to be our node. And then each of these is going to end up just being a class, and we're going to export the class. Okay, so class node. Okay, and this is going to be pretty simple. And again, this is assuming you already know how to do classes in JavaScript. So if you're not familiar with object-oriented programming in JavaScript, go watch my video, Object-Oriented Programming in JavaScript Masterclass, or Classes Masterclass. I have a whole bunch of, actually I have a whole playlist on just JavaScript Object-Oriented Programming. Watch that first. And if you're not familiar with JavaScript, then just watch all my JavaScript videos first. Okay, constructor. So I'm going to create a constructor, and this is going to take in one argument, which is going to be sort of our data. Okay, and this will just have a property called this.data. Okay, and let's basically program it. So basically JavaScript has private properties now. So that means I can do this, and this means this is a private piece of data. I can't access it from outside the node. So this way, any way of accessing this data, I have to build into this structure. So I'm going to just build two methods to get data from the node. And all this does is return this data. And then we will do a set data function, which will take an argument, new data, and just say this dot data equals new data. Now we will export this module dot exports equals node. So we're exporting the class. Okay, and again, basically what the idea is that a node just represents one unit of data. Okay, represents one unit of data. One would be nice to spell correctly. Okay, so now let's create a scratch.js. This is just going to be where we test out our data structures. So I'm going to import the node. So const node equals require node dot slash node. Okay, and let's create a new node. So we'll say const a number num equals a new node 1. Okay, so basically it's just going to equal 1. And if this all works, I should be able to console.log and then be like num.getData. And then I should be able to set the data. So num.setData, and I should be able to set it to 2. And then again, I'll just do the console log. That again, and then that should show me 2. So I should see 1, then 2. If this all worked the way I expect it to work. So let's run the script, node scratch.js. And instead I get errors. So let's see the errors and fix it. Note, private data field must be declared in an enclosing class. Oh, that's right, we gotta declare the thing. So here's what we gotta do. We gotta do data. Okay, it'll start out as null. Okay, and I think that should fix it. Node scratch.js. Yep, there you go. Started out as null. Oh yeah, because I didn't write this. Equals data. There we go. This dot data equals the data we pass in. Now if I do this, I should get 1 and 2. There we go. Okay. And I will push this to GitHub, so there will be sort of like, actually I'll just do that with all of you watching. Okay, so let's go to github.com. And let's create data structures. Data structures JS will be the repo. So that way if you want to see all this source code, you can. So let's do a git init. Then I will add the remote. Git add, git commit -m. First commit node -m node, and then a git push origin main. Okay, and now when you go to there, you'll see the code. Okay, and then I'll just also add a readme so that way I can list the ones that are there. So let's create a readme file, readme.md. And right now we have node, and I'll just keep adding to that list. So, and then I will use my script to update that real quick. Update origin main, and then that'll update GitHub. Cool. So I'll see you all in the next video. But now if you go here, there you go. Have a great day and enjoy.